like this little project just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like this was a great lineup. I love y'all. Y'all are so dope.
Wow.
So this is temperature check, guys. This is an opportunity for me to just talk to my people that I worked with before, people that I admire.
So I'm Gregoire, owner of We Dash Chicken and Shrimp. Franchise location, full multiple locations, more locations that's coming that we about to open up in Texas. Also have a seasoning line that's in 74 Rouses. We got our garlic parmesan, our hot sauce that we dropped, and then we got a chicken fry, fish fry, crawfish boil, seafood boil.
Who that? We that.
From New Orleans, graduated from Carl. That's why I know Erin. It's funny, I actually went to middle school with her husband. So me and her husband been friends for a very, very long time. I'm just here supporting, glad to be on. Very, very proud of you, like I told you. So just keep on going.
I appreciate you. Right, Fresh.
So my name is Fresh Johnson, and I'm a media personality here in New Orleans. I've been doing radio for about 15 years now, and somewhere in the mix of that, I started planning weddings. So I label myself as Chief Amazement Officer.
I love that.
And it's so crazy how life, wedding planning was always like my hustle, just coming to get some extra money in, and now it's my full-time thing. So weddings, events, all that. I love seeing these familiar faces, my best friend, my homegirl. But I haven't seen you in a long time, but I am a huge fan of your work. I always thought you were a dope writer. And then G,
Thank you.
Who's probably responsible for at least 10 of these pounds I'm packing right now.
Verdell Muller, go by a lot of people in the music industry know me by V Script, songwriter, A&R for Dark Child Universal, from New Orleans. Let's see, one of my highlight moments in New Orleans, I was one of the first songwriters to have 2 Billboard records, not unsigned. I helped break Rance Davis. I wrote Nobody for Rance, Old Thing Back for Rance, wrote for Courtney Hart, Kendra Williams, B. Streezy. So after that, moved to Atlanta, I wrote for Tamar Braxton. And now, we here. I got my company. It's called Super Friends Music, where it's songwriters, artist development, production, the whole 9 yards.
Yay! I was proud listening to that lineup.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm Alicia Reed. I am a pharmacist. I've been a pharmacist for 17 years. I'm from New Orleans, graduated from Ben Franklin, and then, of course, Xavier. I started a lifestyle brand, as Erin mentioned, of Snola Bougie, with the intention of redefining the word bougie and then also inspiring women to live their best lives by becoming the best versions of themselves. So I met Erin during one of my visits there at where she worked. We won't say it. But, everything was going good. I enjoyed it, sharing my experiences within the city, hanging out with women, just, being the beam of light and positivity. And then, unfortunately, in December, I lost my husband and my whole life changed. And I realized that I wasn't the same person. It's cliche to say it, but it's true. When you're attached to somebody for so long, your lives become intertwined. And since my husband passed, I decided that, I would still have the brand, Nola Bougie, but I wanted to do something else out of it. And Fly came from it. So you see all the butterflies behind me, but Fly means first love yourself. And the brand is just here to remind women to put themselves first.
Casey Ferran McGee. I am a journalist by career, but I am a helper, I would say, by just, pure love of helping people. So I've been a news reporter in cities like Monroe, Shreveport, Houston, and New Orleans. I've been here for, since 2012, reporting at WDSU. But I stopped doing that full time a few years ago because I realized I wasn't really able to impact the community and help the community as I wanted to, because we were constantly reported on the negative news. So at this point, I've branched off and started my own media consulting and coaching business to help entrepreneurs get visibility through the media and social media to help leverage that to grow their own business. And she was actually instrumental in helping to put together my surprise engagement at that former corporate job, which will remain nameless.
I think this moment of COVID, this moment of where this is the birth of entrepreneurs. If we thought we were one of a kind before, we got a tribe now.
I'm happy you mentioned the part about saying Black owned. So my overall advice would be to be yourself, because the reason why I go by Fresh professionally is because I didn't want people to know I was Black until they met me. But I would tell somebody now, you don't necessarily have to go by a different name just so people don't know that you're Black. It's okay to be Black in the beginning. My advice, be yourself. Like, there's so much reward. There's so much happiness. There's so much joy in being exactly who I am and doing what I love at the same time.
And so now I literally jumped out of that box and I'm like, I'm going to be myself, just like Fresh said, and be completely authentic about who I am. And in that, I've seen people just latch onto that, and they love that aspect of just people being who they are. And that's something I share with my clients all the time. That authenticity, it's more than just the business. It's not just the business. You make the business what it is. So if you are growing a business, you have to be the person that they can connect to.
And to piggyback off what Casey said about G, it's so funny, bro. Whenever your name comes up, it's almost like the violin start playing. They be like, man, that dude cool, or he just a good dude. In New Orleans is off the chain, right? But I'm starting to see and notice that people are coming to us for us. So granted, you want a great wedding, but you coming to me because I'm fresh. And then I like to hear when people talk about y'all when y'all not around, and they speak about the person y'all are.
Absolutely. You sell a service versus a product. It's so different. And that's where that's where you need to be relatable.
People don't remember what you said. People don't remember what you did. People remember how you make them feel. People don't remember what you said. People don't remember what you did. People remember how you make them feel. That opens more doors for us than our service.
Absolutely. But it's hard to leave a full-time job and pursue entrepreneurship.
And my current business now is I'm doing coaching, success coaching with women who are going through difficult things. I'm writing a book. I'm working on a podcast. So it's my goal is to fly around the country and speak to other widows and other women. And at this point, it's I can do that. And it's just you just have to believe in yourself enough to take that leap.
I don't like people telling me that I can't do something. I will take that personal as shit. And within not even the next year, I gave my 2 weeks. I had a big contract that came through, and I was like, you know what, I could do this. And it's so crazy to me how much you can make on your own versus working with somebody. When you will never see the benefits of your absolute best when you're working with somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's phenomenal.
That's good.
What I did at the radio station, it was never good enough for them to give me more money. It was never good enough for them to recognize me as the asset that I was to the company.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've been doing this for a very long time. I started my journey in 2012, 2013, just from being fearless to having that resiliency, to stepping out on faith. I mean, I worked for Frito-Lay for 6.5 years, running a $8 million account for them, busting my butt, making them tons of money. So I felt the same way, Fresh. I felt cheated. I felt the exact same way. Everything ain't glitter. Everything ain't been perfect. It's been a lot of just ups and downs. It's been a lot of just sleepless nights. I mean, it's still a lot of sleepless nights. You know what I'm saying? staying consistent. I mean, you set the expectations of what it is that you want. And, you know, if people don't follow that, then, you know, you have to make the necessary changes. And, you know, that's just kind of what has happened. I'm attached to a lot of brands as well, you know, just with different partnerships that I got, that I've been blessed with, you know, just, you know, with other huge corporations. So a lot of things that I do and don't do, you know, I always keep in mind that I have these people that I am representing as well. In 2013, when I took that step, 2012, 2013, when I took that step to invest everything that I had in that food truck, you know, I was, you know, scared. I was worried. You know, I didn't know what to do. I mean, it's one of the scariest things, like you said, Aaron, that you can ever do.
Start talking, and I'm like, you know, I'm a songwriter. Blah, blah, blah. She was like, you a songwriter for real? I was like, yes. And then I started telling her the history. And also, too, like what I did in New Orleans, you know, I had to start all over because nobody knew me in Atlanta. This is a brand new city. So, you know, I was in V with 2 Billboard records in Atlanta. Like, so it's just like, that's not what happened. I just wasn't feeling it. I ain't feel what he was offering me. Because I felt like, man, listen, I'm making more at T-Mobile. This ain't worth me leaving. This ain't worth. My gift worth more than this. And that same day, as soon as I left that meeting, I got a call from Rodney Darkchild Jerkins. And that call changed everything. And then from our first conversation, he was just a real person. He poured into me. He just didn't look at me as just a songwriter. He acknowledged all the other work that I did in the past. And then he was like, yo, you more than just a songwriter. You're going to be my A&R.
My dad's always been a hustler. Like, he's owned several businesses. Him and my mom own a business together now. So it's like, that was something that was in me.
Yeah.
Even before that, like my great grandmother, she was making preserves on a farm. Felt like it was not meant for me to just be in this one place. Like, there was so much more that I could do and wanted to do. So it's really just tapping into what's inside of you, and like even taking what I've learned in my career and leveraging that into growing my business. Because on the inside of the media, I know how to make people get to where they want to be. Like, if you want to be placed on the media, I can get you there.
Right.
So leveraging that knowledge, and even whatever field you come from, like with Alicia, like pharmaceuticals, I mean, she can leverage that into something to teach other people, kind of taking what they already know and using that to grow their own business. And yeah, I mean, taking that experience of what you do learn through the corporate world and making your own.
I mean, I have to say my faith has tremendously grown over these past 9 months. I mean, for me, there's no way and people are amazed at how I'm continuing to go and, you know, do things and transform what happened into, you know, a whole purpose. So for me, you know, my faith is in, and I talk to people about it all the time, you know, and some people aren't with it, you know, and that's okay.
Right.
It's not for you. Like, I mean, all of this happened for a reason. No, do I like how it happened? No, but you know, everything is for a purpose, you know. So for me, that is my purpose. Like, I believe that the way things have lined up in my entire life, where I am today is where I'm supposed to be. And when something stirs up inside of you, it's not by coincidence. You know, it's your attention to things that may not be right for you. And I think that's something that, as an entrepreneur, you have to learn as well. You know, every deal isn't the best deal.
The period of incubation that we're in right now, and like COVID is something that's forced us to really dig down deep and like figure out what's inside of us to bring that out. Because if you're not coming out of this with something, birthing something, like, then what are you doing? I mean, and that may not be inside of everyone, but to come out of this cocoon and be able to become a butterfly and like grow out of this into something greater. I mean, this is a great opportunity. It's forced us to take that time. And if you aren't reflecting and using this time wisely, then you're not going to come out of it on the other side, you know, thriving like you could be. So I would encourage any entrepreneur who really wants to really kind of take that step to use this time wisely to completely and fully develop their business, their ideas. Because I mean,
it's a hustle. You know, you got to have hustle in you. We have to invest in people with potential. You know, because that's important too. You know, they got to have the
You
potential.
just have to center yourself sometimes and focus on that one goal, get to the next, and keep driving forward.
Y'all are family, and this just feels good. I'm grateful, and thank you for supporting me and whatever this little series thing is. Truly, me and Burdell poured and shout out to Drake because we gonna talk about best friends.
Yeah, from
But
one
Aaron,
piece to
I
another.
gotta tell you, don't call this no little series, baby. This is a big.
I received that. You're right. And like I said, thank y'all. I love y'all so much. I'm so proud of y'all. This is so dope. I love y'all.
Aaron.
I love y'all too.